Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Proposed four-way trade sends Warriors $221 million star center. The Golden State Warriors need as much help as possible with Stephen Curry's career winding down. If things don't go their way, they could make some drastic changes. A player who would fit the bill as a drastic change would be Minnesota Timberwolves big man Karl-Anthony Towns. Bleacher Report's Andy Bailey proposed the following four-way trade that would send Towns to the Warriors in an April 2nd story. Warriors receive Towns, Rui Hachimura, Garrison Matthews. Timberwolves receive Austin Reeves, Chris Paul, Tracy Jackson-Davis, 2025 Hawks second-round pick, 2026 Warriors first-round pick, 2028 Warriors first-round pick, top 5 protected. Hawks receive Draymond Green, D'Angelo Russell, Jalen Hood-Schifino, Wendell Moore Jr., 2029 Lakers first-round pick, 2021 Lakers first-round pick, top 5 protected. Lakers receive Trae Young, Josh Minott, Gue Santos. Bailey explained how Towns could potentially elevate their ceiling. This move might not guarantee the Warriors' return to that top tier, but it should get them closer while also making the starting five younger. The Dubs would emerge with a lineup of Curry, Thompson, if they re-sign him, or Brandon Podziemski, Andrew Wiggins, unless they can find another home for him, a floor-spacing four in Rui Hachimura, and an all-star center in Karl-Anthony Towns. He further explained Towns' appeal to Golden State. It might take some time for Towns to adapt to the Warriors' ball and player movement-heavy scheme, but he's shown hints of playmaking ability. Over the 4 seasons prior to this one, he averaged 4.2 assists per game. And the outside shooting potential of lineups with both Curry and KAT would be off the charts. Towns will start a 4-year, $221 million contract with the Timberwolves in 2024. NBA insider Shams Charania of The Athletic reported on the Pat McAfee show that Towns could return for the postseason. He's out with a torn meniscus, but there is optimism he could be back before the end of the regular season, which is good news for the Timberwolves, Charania said on April 2, per McAfee's X account. ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski posted on his X account on March 7 that Towns had suffered a meniscus injury. If Towns returns, he could potentially face off against the Warriors in a first-round matchup. The Timberwolves would have home court advantage, but the Warriors would have playoff experience. At the same time, the Warriors would have to get through the play-in first. The former NBA champion was not a fan of Green's antics after he got himself ejected from the Warriors game against the Magic. On the March 29 edition of First Take on ESPN, Perkins explained why he thinks it's best for the Warriors to part ways with Green. "It's time for the Warriors to part ways with Draymond Green," Perkins said. Mike Dunleavy, Joe Lacob, Steve Kerr, and Steph Curry, they're gonna have that tough conversation in the offseason. Because once a person shows you who they are, you have to believe them. Perkins explained further how he believes the Warriors' personnel have grown tired of Green's act, dating back to when he punched Jordan Poole in 2022. When the Jordan Poole incident happened, Curry and Kerr had Draymond Green's back, Perkins stressed. Then, this year, what he did with Jusuf Nurkic, Steph Curry again had his back. Steve Kerr had his back. Now, Steph Curry is exhausted. The fan base of Golden State is exhausted. Steve Kerr is exhausted, and rightfully so. Draymond Green is not going to change. Andrew Wiggins doesn't hold back his thoughts on Draymond Green. For most of the dynasty days, the Golden State Warriors have drawn praise for their offense. Their defense, however, is what has set them apart from the rest of the pack during all these years. That's why it's been so nice to see them turning back the clock and playing elite defense over the past 5 games or so. Recently, Draymond Green proved why he's one of the best and most versatile defensive players this game has ever seen, essentially salvaging the Warriors' game with a clutch block on Daniel Gafford. That's why, following the win, Andrew Wiggins went on to call him a defensive mastermind, stating that he was everywhere and is the kind of special player who seems to have eyes in the back of his head, via Warriors on NBC Sports. Draymond is special. Very special, Wiggins said. Green's basketball IQ and defensive expertise have never been in question. He's the kind of difference maker who can have a huge impact on both ends of the floor. Just last week, Steve Kerr's team held 3 opponents under 100 points in 3 consecutive games, all on the road. That's their best stretch since a 5-game span in January 2022. Avoiding the play-in tournament is pretty much impossible at this point, although there's still a chance they could leapfrog from number 10 all the way to number 7, which would obviously do wonders for their postseason chances. That's not going to be easy and will require some help from other teams, but you can never sleep on the Warriors. Warriors forward Jonathan Kuminga's injury return gets Steve Kerr clarity amid 4-game absence. The Golden State Warriors held off the Dallas Mavericks on Tuesday, but they had to do it with a shorthanded front line. Starting alongside Draymond Green was Tracy Jackson-Davis, who was inserted by Steve Kerr in place of the injured Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga has missed 4 straight games due to a knee injury. While he's still listed as day-to-day, Kerr's pre-game comments on Tuesday will get Warriors fans excited for the team's next outing. Kuminga, won't play tonight. He'll play in Houston on Thursday, Kerr said, per Warriors on NBCS. So he hadn't done anything because of the knee for the last week and he's feeling a lot better. He just got a really good 3-on-3 scrimmage in. That's the first work he's done since he's been out, so Rick Celebrini felt strongly that he needed to get a couple days work in before he's ready to play. Kuminga has been a key piece for the Warriors this year. With averages of 16.3 points and 4.8 rebounds a game, the 21-year-old forward is one of the biggest reasons why Golden State is clinging on to the last play-in spot. Ever since Kuminga was paired up with Draymond Green at the front line, things have started going well for the Warriors. Out of Golden State's different 2-man combinations on the floor, the pair averaging the most points minus opponent points is the Kuminga-Green tandem, plus 11.5 in over 670 minutes played together this season. Kuminga's youth, athleticism and energy alongside Green's experience, IQ and hard-nosed play have allowed them to match up well against much bigger front lines. The Warriors also lead the league in rebounds per game, 46.8. While Kevin Looney, Tracy Jackson-Davis and even Brandon Podziemski can be heavily attributed to this, topping the rebounding ranks is impressive considering how Kuminga and Green, the team's starting bigs, stand no taller than 6 feet 7 inches each. On the subject of the team's upcoming bout against the Houston Rockets, it will be a very crucial one. With 7 games left in the regular season, the Warriors, 41-34, are currently fending off the Rockets, 38-37, to keep hold of their 10th place standing in the Western Conference. While Houston may be coming off a 2-game losing streak, they've won 8 out of their last 10. In simpler terms, the young Rockets are not an opponent to take lightly. In the absence of an injured Alperen Sengun, rookie Amen Thompson has been thrust into Houston's starting lineup, meaning they're also playing small with Jabari Smith Jr. as the only big. Houston's 1-4 can all put the ball on the floor, so the Dubs definitely need Kuminga's versatility back. The Rockets have younger legs, but at the end of the day, they lack Golden State's experience. After all, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson and Draymond Green will be lacing up. Age may be catching up to them, but the championship medal is still there. Knowing what's at stake, it'll surely be a pivotal slugfest on Thursday, but that's nothing new to the trio. And you, fan, what do you think of the situation of Jonathan Kuminga? Leave your opinion in the comments.